Tensions were high all over the world, and the interim commander-in-chief wanted to continue to hold vigil over the shiny red button that could make the whole world go kablooey. The whirlwind re-election tour was divided, and all people over the country were turning out to express their goodwill. The fall brought a snit of fair weather all over the country, including Frostbite Falls, Minnesota. The town's citizens came out in droves to witness a rare visit from the President of the United States and First Lady. As the President's plane lands, many observers express their excitement, but two out-of-place familiar characters remain stoic and unmoved, at least temporarily.
Boris, she's wearing my dress. I thought you said it was one of a kind.
It is one of kind, Pussy. You have one of that kind, and she has one of that kind.
Boris, darling, would you do something for me?
What?
Kill her.
Oh, goody.
Always up for death and destruction, Boris's rotten brain quickly formed a monstrous plot.
Whatever you want, my dear. I just thought a fiendish plan. Listen.
Lucky for our story, two of Frostbite Falls' own first citizens were fans of the President and eagerly craning to get a good view. So Boris was overheard by the nimble ears of Rocket J. Squirrel.
Did you hear that, Bullwinkle?
I can't hear nothing. Everything is too loud.
They're planning to do something nasty to the President and First Lady.
Not on a General Mills show, they're not. We're G-rated.
Well, I'm not going to bet the President's life on that. We're going to put a stop to it. Come on.
Mistakenly convinced that the President and not the First Lady was the target of Boris's schemes, our heroes pushed their way to the front of the crowd, introducing themselves as America's first interspecies couple. Rocky and Bullwinkle briefly corner the President and First Lady. Unfortunately, the President's libido got the better of him, and he continually steered the conversation away from Rocky's warnings.
Never mind while he's asleep, Mr. President. I'm trying to tell you someone ought to get to.
But we have an itinerary to keep. The motorcade.
Well, maybe if you'll take off your clothes, Bullwinkle can...
Now that's the way I like to spend time. Get undressed, Mrs. President.
No, wait a minute.
Will Rocky and Bullwinkle be able to protect the President? What diabolical scheme does Boris and Natasha have in store? Join us next time for Let's Make a Dealie, or Plaza, Don't Shoot Me in the Head. Not realizing that the First Lady is actually Boris's target, our heroes, Rocky and Bullwinkle, trick the President to the safety of an airport locker, allowing Bullwinkle to take his place in the planned motorcade through downtown Frostbite Falls.
Get in that locker, Mr. President.
Well, it'll be a tight fit, but the four of us might...
He ought to be safe in there until this whole thing is over.
Come on, Mrs. President. We've got a public appearance to make.
At that same time, in a hidden corner of the 6th floor of Frostbite Falls School Book Depository, a sinister figure lies in wait. Who could it be? Of course, it's none other than... Say the name. Boris Badenoff.
Lies, lies, lies! Oh boy, I'm so mad. I could shoot somebody.
And that's exactly what Boris came prepared to do. With him, he had an extremely cheap-looking rifle.
Cheap is right. It only cost me 25 cents and 2 counterfeit box stops. Maybe I do the world a favor and kill President first. I'll be Pennsylvanian hero. I'll be international hero.
Meanwhile, a disguised Natasha takes her position in the prime line of sight, ready to give Boris the prearranged signal to fire. Rocky positioned himself where he can give a sharp lookout, scanning the area for signs of trouble.
Hey, mister, what kind of camera is that?
Top of the line, my boy. It's a Bell & Howell 414 PD.
What about a 424 Zoom-matic? Or don't you think a Canon Zoom 8EEE would be better for posterity?
Son, I spared no expense.
Well, sometimes money can't trump quality. I'm just saying.
Meh. I need a vacation. I'm seeing moose everywhere now. There, is better.
Kinda late in the season for skinners, isn't it?
What was that?
The stray bullet had missed both targets and grazed an innocent bystander.
I think I just had a brush with history.
And so he had. Be sure to join us next time when we'll say, "Hit the road, Jack," or "That's me all over." Well, fans, things appear to be going from bad to worse for everyone involved in our story. Attempting to eliminate a thorn in Natasha Fatale's side, Boris Badenov has resorted to taking pot shots at the First Lady. After stowing the president in an airport locker for his own protection, Bullwinkle Moose has taken his place in the open motorcade, and Rocky is keeping vigil when the first shot is fired. Unfortunately for Bullwinkle, Boris has mistaken him for the president and decides to kill two birds with one rifle. Boris quickly fires off two more shots, at least one of which manages to hit home.
Don't panic. It's only a flesh wound, I tell you.
Quickly recovering her composure, the First Lady began firing back.
You'll never take me alive, you guilty communist! There he is!
Here, Skinny, hold this for me.
Realizing his friend may be badly injured, the plucky squirrel produced a checkered flag, a nearby picnic cloth, and started waving it frantically, pointing in the direction of the hospital. The drivers took their cue and gunned their engines. They took off in a squeal of rubber and smoke. Rocky then streaks to the source of the gunfire. There's nobody here! Suddenly, the annoying rock music on a nearby radio in the depository's break room was interrupted by a grim announcement.
Flash. Shots have been fired at the President's motorcade in downtown Frostbite Falls. There are several injured arriving at Pork Rind Hospital. More details as they're made available.
That's Bullwinkle he's talking about. I better get over there. Well, you'll just have to tune in next time for what might be a very unhappy ending. Will Rocky and Bullwinkle be able to pick up the pieces? And if so, how many pieces? Don't miss our next episode, Executive Privileges, or All the Way with JFK. Last time, Rocky was rushing to Pork Rind Hospital to find his friend Bullwinkle, believed seriously wounded in Boris Badenov's assassination attempt. Fearing the worst, he is quickly directed to the hospital's J ward. Where he discovered his intrepid friend already on the mend, and a grateful President and First Lady at his bedside.
That was some close call, huh, Bullwinkle? How are you feeling?
Well, the doc tells me there's no vaccine against stupidity, so I guess I'll suffer from it all my life.
Mr. Moose, in honor of the service done to your country this day, I hereby bestow this Purple Heart upon your person.
Bullwinkle, what's wrong? I think he just gave me a fatal case of tetanus.
At about that moment, Boris and Natasha were making a hurried exit from Minnesota.
Oh, Natasha, even when I win, I failed miserably. Fearless leader is not going to be pleased with me.
It's worse than you think, darling.
How's that?
I'm not pleased with you. That witch is still alive.
Well, what do you want to do now?
Turn car around. I have fiendish plan.
Moments later, back at the hospital, the First Lady, suspicious of her husband's whereabouts, discovers... You louse! This situation forced the Secret Service to do some creative storytelling.
Here's something we don't do every day, Edgar. What's that, Chunky? Lie to the whole world about what happened in plain view of hundreds of witnesses. True, but who knows? Maybe we'll start a new trend.
And so we draw to a close this bizarre adventure. Be sure to tune in next time for another thrilling episode of Rocky and Bullwinkle.